Demon Slayer Mugen Train did so well over in Japan and is now released in theaters here in the United States, and I just got back from watching it. And it was fucking awesome. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Harris, and today we're going to be talking about Demon Slayer Mugen Train, my review of it after the initial showing. If you like these types of videos, be sure you hit the like button as well as subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out, and we'll obviously keep on doing more of these types of videos. So Demon Slayer Season 1 was pretty good in my opinion. I finished it maybe like a month and a half ago, just to keep up because I knew the movie was coming out. And honestly, as a whole, I think it's a really solid anime. I could see why people really like it. The animation in Season 1 was amazing. I don't think I'll ever forget the episode like 18 or 19 of that season. It was just incredibly awe-inspiring to watch. I think that the characters for the most part are pretty mediocre in my opinion, but they're very likable. I know I like Inosuke a lot and Nezuko. I think those are probably my two favorite characters. I think Giyu is kind of like very ominous, and I really want to see where they put Giyu Tomioka in the future. But Tanjiro is really not likable. I think Zenitsu is probably the most annoying shithead that I've ever seen in anime, but he's cool. Otherwise, the story in itself is somewhat predictable, and it's really like not that interesting in my opinion. I think that's probably like one of the biggest things that takes me away from Demon Slayer a little bit, is just the plot. It's not really interesting. It's kind of like just the normal, oh, my family gets slaughtered and I must go out and seek my revenge. But there is like kind of like the little aspect where, you know, Nezuko got turned into a demon. So what are we going to do in order to change her back? So I'm kind of, you know, interested to see what happens later on. This movie cannot be watched by itself. It is not a standalone movie. This movie picks up after Season 1 leaves off. So if you haven't watched Season 1, go do it. It's pretty good. And then you can watch the movie. So, basic premise of this film is that after Season 1, Tanjiro and company get a message saying that they must complete this mission on the Mugen Train, where they will be joined by the Flame Hashira Rengoku to try and kill this demon that traps its passengers in a sort of like dreamlike sequence and then kills them. I didn't really expect much from the Demon Slayer movie, but after watching it, it kind of blew my expectations away a lot, simply due to the fact that this movie, you know, it's based on the TV show, and it actually matters. Because, like, most of the times you just have standalone anime films that when you watch it, like, you know, the My Hero movies, for example, you watch it and it doesn't really give a shit with regards to, like, the rest of the series. You know, you watch these things, you come back to the show, and you're just like, yeah, what I basically just watched a whole movie for nothing, almost in a sense. Demon Slayer, this movie adapts an arc, and this whole arc, from start to finish, I think is explained in a really good way. Even though I haven't read the manga myself, I think that for the most part, from this specific arc, I was satisfied. I really enjoyed what I watched. You know, one of the best things about having a canon film is that we get to see experiences that actually will matter in the future. We see Tanjiro with his family in this dream sequence, you know, alive, happy. This is what his life was meant to be, you know, in the past. And we have to see him break away from his past and, you know, snap back to reality in order to fight, you know, everything in the real world, like this demon and everything in the real world, because the real world is just shit. You know, the real world is harsh, people die, he has to do whatever it takes in order to progress forward with his life. You know, his experiences with Rengoku in this film are also going to be something that he treasures, embraces, and it's gonna live with him as this show keeps on going. You know, Rengoku in this movie is just probably like one of the best characters that I've ever seen. You know, he's fucking awesome. He's badass. And I think the animation as well as like the sounds and everything I was hearing just were even more exemplified as I was in the theater. Like, theater experiences as far as anime is concerned are just one of the best things that you should experience in general. I think I take more in from anime movies than I do other movies too, and I've reviewed other movies as well. I think that the fight sequences in the show were really good. The music that went with it were great. Once again, the theater experience really exemplified it, and I enjoyed what I was watching. I think one of my favorite parts in the film was you know, Zenitsu's little comedic part, even though I think Zenitsu is kind of a very annoying character in my opinion, but you know, we see like, you know, he may have to deal with the person who's infiltrating his mind, and it was really funny to watch. Some of the things that I didn't really like as far as the movie is concerned is that Nezuko doesn't actually really do that much in the film. You know, she has her one moment, but it's kind of like overshadowed in a sense and it's quickly quelled. And I would thought that, you know, Nezuko would have more of a moment, because I really want to see an awesome Nezuko moment like later on. That's something like that will actually like speak to me and everything like that. It's something that I aspire, because Nezuko is like one of my favorite characters. So also there is a character in the later part of the film that just kind of gets splashed in there. I don't know why this person appears, but you know, later on it does creates an awesome action sequence with him. That's something that I will never forget. But it would have been nice to have some more explanation as to why this person appears later on in the movie. But otherwise, the action sequences were just fucking awesome. Overall, once again, you need to watch the show if you want to see this movie. If you haven't watched it and you just watch this movie by itself, you're gonna kind of feel lost, and it's not gonna really mean that much to you if you just, you know, watch it stand alone. Otherwise, I highly recommend that you watch it. It was really phenomenal, and I cannot wait to see where Season 2 brings us with regards to Demon Slayer. So if you like this little overview of the movie, please be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're brand new, and as always, you know, stay safe out there and have a good one.